Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another Fool's Gold review of Brian Michael Bendis' Justice League. Now, to those who are new to Fool's Gold, I'll try to get this part done nice and quickly for you so you understand how Fool's Gold works. So, as you can see here, we have a bit of a currency conversion, and that currency conversion basically translates that into Australian dollars, so how much I pay for this in Australian dollars. So as you can see, it's $8.95 in Australian dollars. Now, in regards to my rating system, I rate everything as normal bar one thing, and that is, not only do I rate the cover, the art and the story, but I also let you, the audience, know how much I believe the cover is worth, the art is worth, and the story is worth. And this is why books like this fall into Fool's category. So, jumping into first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that's happening inside of the story? In other words, is this cover giving us the truth, or is it misleading us? So, sure enough, this cover I gave a 7 out of 10, to which I do believe it is not misleading us in regards to this, because you do actually see something similar, what you see right here on the cover in regards to failed Brian Michael Bendis character, Naomi. Just to set her in the spotlight. And to get started, I believe that this cover is worth $1.50. Now, eventually these totals will add up. Now, whether it will add up to the total that I actually paid for it, you'll soon find out at the end. I'll now jump to the internal art, which we'll have a look at the art around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, as well as cover some of the things that are happening inside with the story. So here we go, some of the art around the start, and as you can see, one good thing that Brian Michael Bendis has done here, because sometimes he forgets to do it, is tell the reader where some of the things are happening in the universe of DC Comics, what he's writing. And as you can see here, he's actually remembered to put in that this is actually taking place is in Mesopotamia. And we've got this character, we've got the Dr. Fate of that particular era. And he's talking to someone who we believe is Xanadoff. Moving towards the middle, as you can see, what was seen at the start is now used again towards the middle in regards to the art. I will try to show a little bit of the art which is slightly different outside of this before we move to the end. Now this is just towards the end, or before the end, and of course we have Naomi here, the members of Justice League Dark and Justice League together in one issue. And of course the last couple of pages. Alright, for the internal art, I gave it a 7 out of 10, to which I believe it's worth $1.50. Now it's time to move into the story. To those who might be new to this, new to how I run things in regards to Fool's Gold, there are certain things that I like pointed out in my stories, such as, first things first, are there any comic references? Like, in regards to this particular storyline that Brian Michael Bendis is writing, is there something in maybe a previous storyline that might also be connected to this present storyline, whether it's something that he has done or someone else has written, to which that comic could be referenced, and so in turn give DC Comics plus Brian Michael Bendis a little bit more money. Surprisingly, not at all. There was no comic reference at all. The next thing is time. Now, one thing that I want to point out is that this trope really sort of needs to end, like with some comics. In other words, it would be nice to see a little bit more accuracy in regards to some of these stories. Now, the time references we got in this were, as you saw at the beginning, long ago, and also now, which now can also be used for present day in the story. Now, I'm alright with, but depending on how the story is being set up. But with long ago being used, sometimes the writers need to really maybe set a time frame as to when this long ago is. And that is something that's sort of missing in some comic runs. Not just Brian Michael Bendis's, but others as well, that I have read outside of Brian Michael Bendis. And of course, the trope long ago was used. We have no indication of how far this long ago was used. Yes, it was set in Mesopotamia. He could have just said 1,000 years in the past. Okay, that would make more sense to the reader than just writing long ago, because long ago could mean anything. Jumping into the next thing, we have locations. And with the location, we had, of course, the Hall of Justice. We had Mesopotamia. We had Madame Xanadu's place. The cast of characters consisting of Justice League Dark, Justice League, and last but not least, Xanadoff. And for the overall story rating, I give this a 6.5 out of 10. There was some slight improvement in this storytelling, and this is why I give it the rating of 6.5, and also how much it's worth, being $1.25, giving an overall total of $4.25, to which that gets split up between both artist and writer. If you really want to pick up some good Brian Michael Bendis, check out Joy Operations, because I'm presently enjoying that on the channel. You might enjoy it too. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.